Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening. Subscribers only mode for this because it is my belief that my subscribers are informed, constructive, lovely people, and that's certainly been my experience. So I don't want any people who haven't subscribed to be able to get in here and participate in this chat and potentially do things that are unexpected. So that's why it's subscriber only. So we've got Bella here, we've got Candy here, we've got hello, ladies. I was going to do a live, I mentioned it in my last Vlogmas, Grinchmas. You can do the unexpected. Yeah, I know you can, Candace. Good morning from the Lux family. The littlest Luxes are excited to see you. Hey, guys. Hope you're loving your big Santa. Good morning, Olivia. Hi, Claire. Yeah, I was going to do a live, and then after last night, I was like, oh, I'm not going to do a live. And then this morning, I thought, oh, I'll do a live. So hence the late notice, but I still managed to pull myself out of bed and wash my hair. You can tell it's been freshly washed. It's a bit fluffy. There's a few people from the other side of the world here. That's very nice. What have we got here? Oh, Nina. That's cute. Fabulous. Hi, Tina. Hi, Annette. It's lovely to see you all here. Happy Sunday or Saturday night. Hi, Paint. I love your name. Thanks, Frag. You two are hilarious. You got the same sense of humor. Louise is here. Beck's here. Hi. Lizzie's here. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, you're just off to bed. Oh, look, it's I appreciate it's late. It's as early as I could make it happen, babe. Stacey's here. Looks like we only have the UK and Australia in the house. Yeah, and we've got some Europeans here as well. Yes, Susan's here. Hi, Susan. Now, how do I say this? Is it tuna or is this? Give me some phonetics on how to pronounce your Torna. Torna? Excellent. All right. Hi, Torna. Thanks for being here. Hey, Sapna. All right. Should I just say, okay, we've passed 40. So Kaylee's here from the USA. Eileen home. So we've got two Eileens in the house, one in LA and one here in Australia. All right. So you saw the thumbnail. You probably saw Grinchmas before we get into that. Have you all been enjoying Grinchmas? Is there anything that you would like to see from Grinchmas before we kick off into the conversation that you haven't seen yet? I had to laugh when I got that message from Autumn Beckman. If you haven't seen it, it's on my Instagram stories where someone was dressed up as the Grinch in a gas station. More from the glove. Hello, Auntie. I'm loving Grinchmas. Yeah, the glove, I don't know. It even makes me laugh when I watch the edit. It's so funny. Sapna's loving Grinchmas and Meredith's advent calendar. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's Connor just sent me his cackle when the Grinch was in Fendi in Sydney and just touching all the bags. He just kept laughing. It's so funny. The gloves are the best. You're loving Grinchmas. Well, this is a dress actually at Tona, and it is Zimmerman. Yes, so you spotted well. Am I going to watch any of the Grinch movies during Grinchmas? Look, they're not as funny as I remember them to be. To be honest, I watched one, to get my Grinchy mode on beforehand. But I think, obviously Grinchmas is for kids, and as an adult, like, it's pretty G-rated. I think we can be way more Grinchy because, as an adult, you've got the complexities of families and you've probably been through a lot more Christmases, and you've probably had a lot more experiences, and just just some of the gifts that people have shared that they got has just been like, if you didn't laugh, you would cry. One lady was just saying in the comments on the video earlier that she got a cattle crush, or a cattle squeeze, which is the kind of infrastructure you put cattle through to give them medicine and the likes, and that was her that was her Christmas present one year. I'm like, oh my God. Hey Rosie. Grinchmas has been fantastic. Thank you for the daily videos. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you very much. All right. So just a little thing. I've made a few notes here about the things I want to talk about today. Firstly, if you're just joining me, earlier I mentioned that I have turned subscriber only mode on for this video. So if you are not a subscriber, you can't participate in the chats. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I am very confident, based on the people that are constantly showing up for my videos, that they are people with great values, values that align to mine, that are kind and lovely, and we're all human. And I think that's the best way to kind of control the kind of contributions. You want a PowerPoint? No, that come up in the chats. So that's why that's on. The other thing is that I guess if all this kind of conversation makes you feel yuck or triggers you in any way, hello, Nick, then please make a decision that will preserve your health and happiness. And if that means that you have to leave, no hard feelings, because sometimes this stuff can, trigger you. And I certainly don't want to be responsible for anyone feeling any worse for leaving. In fact, the goal is to feel better for leaving, because as I learned from Wednesday when I was watching Netflix last night, is that crying doesn't help anything. So let's talk about it. A lot of the notes that I've made today have come from the comments on the Instagram post, and also from the video. And I guess some things that I want to put out there that when I experience them, they make me question myself, I guess. I'm not going to project my feelings about myself onto anyone else, but certainly this comment was a catalyst and probably hit a nerve with me, because truth be told, that's how I've been feeling for quite a while this year. And if you haven't seen the comment, it's something like, your comment got blocked, Torna, I'll show it. It's something like, you need to hit the gym because you're packing on the pounds, kind of thing. And I guess when you're keeping a secret, probably from yourself, and someone else points it out in public, you can feel a bit exposed. And that's certainly, I think, where my tears might have come from yesterday. There's been a few comments that I just wanted to address, and I really want to invite people who are here in the chats to kind of participate, because I think it's a conversation. And so if you can find where your thumbs up emoji is for me, that will be helpful, because we'll get a bit of feedback from you about, some of these things. So the first question that I want to ask you guys, and just give me a thumbs up if it's true for you. Have you, are you currently, or have you ever had feelings about your appearance that made you want to hide? So if that's the case for you, or has been the case in the past, give us a thumbs up. Yep. 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 And say yes. Yeah. If you can't find the emoji, just say yes. Yeah. So look at that. Definitely not alone on that front. And, there's probably a rhetorical question, because I think I could ask that question of anybody and they would put their thumbs up. One of the things that that came up for me. The first kind of comment that I took down was, look at all those thumbs up. It's good to know that I have company and people understand. It's also sad that, that's how we have been feeling about ourselves from time to time. For me, I guess I've always been, I don't know why, I've always had friends that are tiny. And hence, regardless of whether I've been an average size or a bit bigger than average or even larger than that, I've always felt bigger. And I remember going through high school and my mum saying, oh, it's no wonder that you feel bad about yourself because your friends look like little girls and you look like a woman. And that was when I was like 15. I mean, it's all evened out now and we all, look like we do. But at that stage, I thought, oh, okay, so, maybe I've just developed early. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not alone in saying that. I can look back on photos now in my 20s and 30s where I was obsessing and just, eating ham and an egg. I was Dr. Seuss, green eggs and ham, because it was a part of some eating plan, thinking that I was overweight then. And I look back at those photos and go, oh my God, you looked great. Why did you spend so much time and energy trying to, I don't know, be someone else? So I guess the first thing that I came up with is comparison is the thief of happiness. And I think that's a something that came through in the comments for me today. So I guess my question is, when you look at yourself and you leave your house for the day, without thinking about who you're going to meet with or who you might see, let me say that another way. When I leave the house for the day, I feel good, because otherwise I wouldn't leave, right? So I genuinely go, yeah, I'm happy with how I look. I will say though that I am conscious of who I'm going to be with and how sometimes I can not make myself, not camouflage myself, but how I can draw less attention to the things that I am uncomfortable about, so that's not something that plays on my mind when I'm with people. Does anyone else do that? Do you kind of dress to camouflage? Yep. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people saying, yep, relatable. Yeah, yes, yes. Yeah, there's this camouflage thing. It might be that I wear flatter shoes or I might even wear higher shoes so I look longer and thinner, especially if I know, how's this for Vane, that there's going to be photos taken. I think about what angle I'm going to be standing at. Yeah. Um, yeah, so that's kind of one thing I think is the camouflaging. So and I'm sure that the people who I'm going to meet with would hate to know that that's what I do, but I do. I use heavy makeup daily to camouflage how I look and feel. Yeah, yeah, I totally get that. Nick, you judge the situation. Sometimes I look to blend, other times it's screw this. I'm going to go all out. Let's get it. Yeah, absolutely. Tina, black all the time. Yeah, yeah. Not just comparisons to others, comparisons to yourself, past, yesterday, tomorrow, an hour ago, this hour. Yes, Eileen. Yes, absolutely. And like I was at a dinner recently where somebody who was very clearly very thin was saying, after hearing somebody else, oh God, I've just dropped my lip gloss in my water. After hearing someone else talk about their weight loss, said, at 60 something kilos, I feel like the fat girl at the table. The fat girl, like there's always one in the friendship group. And I have to say, I was sitting there going, hey, wow. um you've just said out loud what I've always feared that I was at a table. We need to stop putting so much importance on our bodies. It's not healthy. You're right, Rosie. And I would normally say that I don't, like, I accept the fact that I'm curvy. But, yesterday on my outfit of the day, I actually put plus size style on the hashtag for the first time. I just did. And I'm like, it felt like I'd kind of broken new ground by doing that, which is a weird thing to say out loud. I've always been told that I'm very pretty, but as I have gotten heavier, I don't feel that way, and it makes me feel sad that I've lost some confidence. Yeah. It's like the person who said, I did shit in my maths test and got 90%. Yeah. Actually, that is such a good way to put it, Sapna. That is such a good way to put it. Yeah, like you can still be killing it, and there'll always be someone else who's, in your mind anyway, doing better. And if those people are people that are in your mind doing better and point out to you that you're not doing so well, that's when I think it says more about them than it does about you. I hate having conversations about weight and weight loss, even with my closest girlfriends. I do. I had a friend, and I say I had a friend. She didn't want to be friends anymore because she said she was jealous of my life and it made her feel crap, which, is a weird way to get dumped as a friend. But she would only talk about how much she weighed, like always. And she did put on a lot of weight. She had a really significant trauma in her life. She put on a lot of weight. But it was everything she spoke about was her weight. And I see, especially in Australia, I'm not sure if it's the case in other parts of the world, men they're so open about having a jab at each other. I see men quite often like pat each other on the tummy and say, geez, mate, you put a bit of weight on, or what are you going for, dad bod of the year or something? And I'm like, how rude. Like, I don't even talk to my husband about our combined weights. I can talk to him and say, look, I'm not feeling so good. I want to try and lose some weight. It'd be great if you could support me, those kind of things. But I would never, ever say to him, I think he's beautiful, whatever he looks like. And I'm sure that he feels the same about me. Well, I'm not sure, I know. But the fact that a friend can just do that to somebody, it's just so crazy. I would never. Yeah. Yep. Meredith. Yep. I'm a college professor. I can get 100 good evaluations. It's the bad one I'll focus on. And I think why we focus on the bad ones, my take on it, is because society is we're pretty bad at giving each other feedback, constructive feedback. And so when we get some constructive feedback, if it is constructive, it's really alien to us, and we're not really great at processing it because it's alien. I'm actually coaching someone who is based in Croatia, and she is insanely confident and direct and open to feedback, and she's really inspirational. And I do believe that that's inherent of that part of the world, having worked with a few Eastern Europeans in my time. But I have actually been inspired by her and the feedback that she's received, to be more open to it, which is why I wanted to have this conversation today, is about, is it nasty or is there some truth in it? And is that why I got upset about it? Just reading some comments here. Yeah, Bella, men are not defined by their appearance, hence they can joke about themselves. So this is slightly off topic, but, we're having a conversation. I was watching Yellowstone the other day, and there's a scene, spoiler alert for people who haven't seen it, where there are two women and they're basically having a punch on, and they've both consented to working it out this way, just like men would. And my husband was cringing watching it. And I said, you don't like this because women, they're punching each other in the face. And women are so about their faces, and so having scars and bruises and broken noses and missing teeth, that was really confronting for him to watch. I was more watching his reaction to them and why he was finding it so confronting. I said, if that was two blokes, you would be leaning in and watching that fight in a different way. And he said, absolutely, I would. Like, I really don't like it. So, yeah, I think to me that was a recent example of how different, like for a man to have a big scar on his face from a fight would be like, oh, good for you. But for a woman, not that I promote physical violence, it's kind of like, oh, look what you did to your face. I think it's different for females. As young girls, we look up to princesses or Barbie. Yeah. I'm really conscious with my nieces that I don't say all the time to them, you look so beautiful, or look how pretty you look. Instead, I say, what did you learn at school? Oh, you're so smart. You're learning so much, because I'm kind of conscious of the fact that if their only praise is about how they look, it's not going to be helpful for them in the future. The thing is, big, small, tall, short, we all have the same thoughts. Yeah, yep, absolutely. And I sort of throw away comment in a video once about small people, and I got some feedback about how I used the M word to describe small people. And it was a throwaway comment about a bag chain length, but I learned a lot from that's equally as offensive to people to be smaller, for sure. And and I thanked those people for sharing that with me and apologized. Yeah, so you're right, Perstopia. It's all over the place, and we can be insensitive to all the sorts of insecurities that people have. Women hold themselves to a higher standard than we should. Yeah, I mean, who are we trying to be? I've gone through my professional life being the youngest person in a team, being being in that space in my life where I knew that I was getting attention, but I ignored it. Now feeling fairly invisible. And I can tell you what, now I prefer now way more than all the distractions of my youth. And I feel for younger women in the workforce now who are still going through all of that, because one of the great things about aging is that you can focus more on the important things and less on all of the distractions. I'm very worried about my own niece who never really eats much and is very skinny. It's a tough thing to bring up with the parents. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because I think social media, especially for the younger ladies and men, it's not isolated to women. Yeah, it's. I mean, I see so much body positivity in the younger generation on TikTok. I see more people who are just owning their style. I see young girls walking around wearing clothes that look fantastic on them, and I think, geez, I wish I could have had the confidence to wear those when I was their age. And they're not what you would call skinny girls, they're just healthy girls. And I'm just like, wow, good for them. And I find that quite inspiring. Yeah, it does have a lot to do with how you grew up, and some of the first words that are said to you and how you were praised as a child, definitely. Oh, Claire, my worst moment was a friend's mum asking me when I was due. I told her I was not pregnant, but instead of leaving it at that, she poked my stomach and said, "What's that then, a cushion?" Oh, my goodness me. Yeah. How do you respond to that? How do you respond to that? One of the comments that came up in the video, and this is something that I kind of went, oh, okay, yep, I get you. Is being fat the worst thing that I can be? And I thought, wow, that's a great question to reflect on. And I honestly feel like the answer to that is no. It's not the worst thing that I can be. A terrible human is the worst thing that I can be. But I think all of that's on the inside. And what's on the outside, I want to match what's on the inside. And that seems like a ridiculous thing to say, but yeah, I don't know. For other people, I guess when you say it like that, it's a horrible thing to put out there in the world. But certainly, it is one of the constant things that I have. Is it breaking up? Okay. Have you got me? Oh, no. Let me just let it stabilize. I'm on 4G. Oh, no. Let's just see. Are you still here? Is it better? Nick has me fine. It's working. Okay, good, good. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Thank you. I mean, it all looks good at my end. I'm not getting bad connection signals or anything like that. Okay. Is it better, Meredith? Audio issues. Oh, I don't know how to fix that. Okay. That's so weird. Still having issues. I'm sorry, guys. I'm on 4G, so it shouldn't be. Okay, Miss W closed out and came back, and it's okay now. All right. Can hear you and see you. You sound like you're underwater. I'm sorry. Let me just okay. All right, Nora's just joined and she said it's okay for her. All right. So maybe it's a hop out, hop back in again thing. Everyone's saying they've gone out and come back and it's better. So it might be a little refresher thing. My apologies, everybody. Same, it's perfect. Thanks, Nigel. Nigel, I love your handle. Nigel, no trends. That's amazing. Okay, so the verdict is go out, come back, and it's better. Thank you to everyone. Look at you all going. It's gone up and down. Hopefully people are watching the chat so they can hear and not waiting for me, Miss W. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Susan. Technical difficulties, hey? Honestly. All right. I'll just wait for a couple more people to pop back in before we carry on. All right. It's all working. Good. Olivia's back. Excellent. I'm just watching the numbers go up and down so I can get a bit of a grasp. Oh, we just lost 10. Everyone's back and it's all good. Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your patience. I don't know why I did that, because I'm using phone, not Wi-Fi, so that I could control the quality of this stream. Good. All right. Okay. So, a couple of other points that I wanted to raise that I'm interested on your opinions on, and it's fixed. Yeah. I wonder what that was, because I didn't do anything at this end. So there was no reset or anything um, that I did. So who knows? Um, another thing that makes you think twice when you're shopping and you're feeling like you feel good. You enter the shop, you're perusing the racks and what have you, and then the sales assistant says to you, "Oh, just so you know, we do have more sizes out the back." I don't know if anyone else um, reacts the way that I do, but I automatically think, oh, so you've taken one look at me and gone, there is nothing on these racks that's going to fit you. And then the other part of me says, why wouldn't you put one of each size on the rack in the first place? So then I can decide whether or not it's going to work for me, you know? I, I, they don't do that in the UK, Elizabeth. Okay, that's good to know. I lost 100 pounds last year and I felt like I needed to do more. Now I'm gaining a bit. I'm panicking. I don't know why. My husband loved me just as much 100 pounds ago. I think loving fashion. Yeah, Kate. Yes, I think I think that you've hit the nail on the head there, girlfriend. I think that the fact that we love clothing and fashion and um, design means that we are much more aware and perhaps for me even anxious about um, shopping. I will never buy designer ready to wear from the boutique. I just won't, because well-meaning sales associates will pick something up and give it to you, and I already know that it's not going to fit me. And I don't want to feel shit about myself um, in front of somebody who I don't even know, to please them that I tried something on and proved that they were wrong about whether it would fit me or not. Um, I will only buy online and try on in the comfort of my own home. There are many brands that I know what size I am, and I can confidently go to those stores and I can try things on. But anything that I'm a little bit, not too sure about, I will buy online. And the problem is that you're consciously thinking, I really love that, but they're not going to make that in my size. And a case in point for me was the Fendi cargo skirt. Connection is bad again. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why the connection is bad again. You're back. The Fendi cargo skirt. I mean, I love that. And they didn't even make it, I don't think. I didn't even think they made it in my size. And it just gutted me, because that was something that I really wanted. And I would have paid. And I'm just like, oh, it's just so not fair. Thanks, Sapna. It's a constant reminder. Anything that you want, you go, are they going to make it in my size? And is the size on the label actually going to fit me? And it's a horrible anxiety to have when you're shopping for things that make you happy, you know? Elizabeth, size varies from brand to brand. One shop is a 12, another is a 14. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, and that's exactly, Bella, concentrate on the bags. They always fit. Claire looked at some of the Fendi ready to wear and it didn't go up to my size, really disappointing. And the thing with that is they say, oh, but we do larger sizes. You just have to pre-order. And I'm like, okay, so you don't provide the measurements. I take a stab at what my size is. You take 50% of my money as a deposit. And then when it comes and it doesn't fit, I've got to fess up to not only myself, but everyone else. Like, it's just, it's not luxurious. It's not a nice way to shop. Olivia says, I had that happen in the high street, Aussie brand. I'm usually a size 10. I asked to try on a size 10 and the girl looked at me and said, I have a 14 if you want to try on, and then walked back to the desk. Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry that happened to you. How did you deal with it? Did you leave? I work with a man for the past 18 years that has made comments about my size since I started there. The first year it really took a toll on myself and I went on a fasting diet. And I went from a 12 to a 2. Oh, girl, that's tough. What a nasty bloke. Do you still work with him? I've told you many times you're my beautiful soul, outside and inside. Thank you, Erica. I can't wear designer clothes either, and that's why all my money goes on bags. Yeah. Yeah, and it makes, like, in some ways it's good because more money for bags. In other ways, I just think, why? Is it not, does it not make commercial sense? Or is it about exclusiveness? Or is it both? Isn't the whole idea to sell things? Like, I don't know. Sapna says, what about brands on Farfetch and other sites where larger sizes cost more? I haven't actually noticed that at all, but I will look out for that now. I know that depending on how much stock they have, sometimes the price is different, but I didn't know that it was correlated to size. Olivia, you walked out and found a size 10 at David Jones and bought it straight away. Yeah, look, I have a story. When I was doing my styling journey, I needed a pair of black pants that was missing from my wardrobe, a pair of black plain pants. It's breaking up again. Okay. Oh, God, this is annoying, isn't it? I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you for your patience. I'm just watching this. So I needed a pair of black plain pants and I tried on my normal size 14. It didn't even go near me. I tried on a 16 and then I ended up with an 18 and it was the perfect size, and I put it back and I'm like, I'm not buying this. This is ridiculous. I'm not a size 18. And then I walked around the stores and I couldn't find anything that made me feel as good about how they looked. And so I went back and bought them and I thought, what an idiot, Dale. Like, what an idiot you were to put something back that fit you and looked really good and flattering just because of what was on the tag. So I cut the tag off. Erica's connection is terrible. Oh, that's no good. Let me just put this in here. If connection is bad, go out and log back in again. Watching on the computer is good. So Elizabeth said, how do you feel about the comment now that triggered all of this? Do you see how much we all had your back? But Elizabeth, that's why I'm having this chat here, because I am so blessed to have so many amazing people who follow my content in my corner, and I thank you so much for all of your lovely comments, and especially those who responded to the nasty comment in the first place. I didn't do it as a comment shopping exercise. I just did it to say, it's not all peaches and cream. I know I get a lot of great feedback, and I do get some nasty things, and I always share it to kind of say, it's not it's not all roses here. Thank you, Michelle. And I think in society a lot of people might think that and not say it. And I think that it upset me because I felt that it was true. Kate, you're in your early 50s and have been feeling a bit wrinkly. Someone told me I'm the youngest I'll ever be. I think that attitude is good for weight too. That is a great thing to say. Erica said, when people are nasty with me, I usually say, thank you. I love you too. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I know that when it's the end of my life, that I won't be there recounting my life thinking I wish that I was skinnier when I die. So perspective is everything, right? And I think these conversations are really helpful to have with other people, because I'm hoping that not only is this helping me to kind of talk through it and be rational about it, but it's also helping some of you as well. Thank you, Nora. Thanks, Karen. We are, Sapna, that's right. We are so much more than our bodies. I wear anywhere from a size 8 to a size 14, all on the same day, depending on the brand. And I'm in the US, Carrie, where sizes are labelled smaller than in the UK. Yeah, the sizing conversions are very, very interesting. Difficult to navigate for sure. Nigel, on my first trip to Japan many years ago, I had plans to buy so much cool stuff. Nothing fit me. Too tall, feet too big, so I bought SLGs instead. Nigel, that was exactly my experience when I went to Thailand for the first time, and I was small. And I remember the women saying, "Oh no, nothing for you. You're too big." And I'm like, "What? What?" Like I was an Australian size 10. They're like, "No, you're too big." And I'm thinking, wow. And that has stayed with me for quite a while. Eileen is someone who's been a size 2 and a size 20, currently a size 6, but it's a struggle. I know firsthand how people treat you based on size. It's how I think about me that is the most important. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I know that when I've been at my skinniest, I could run 5Ks a day. I was living off a diet of Diet Coke and cigarettes, and I was miserable. I would much rather be doing what I'm doing now. That's for sure. Meredith, when you teach children to read their books are numbered, kids pick up books and decide they can't read them because it's a high number. Tying yourself to a number will always be limiting. Very interesting. There you go. So it starts right at the beginning. When my mum was dying of cancer, people who didn't know she was sick were complimenting how slim she was looking, Nora. I think of that when people try to shame for weight. Skinny doesn't mean healthy. Oh, that's such an important message to share. Thank you. And I'm sorry about your mum. Camilla, I'm 20 kilos heavier than I used to be. I want to lose weight for me. However, I feel very blessed and happy. Life goes on and we must make it wonderful. Yeah, I think that's another important thing that I picked up. One of my comments here was counting your blessings, and all the things that, that you do have that you enjoy and treasure in your life. And that's not the size on your clothes or the number on your clothes tag. It's the people in your life. It's, the opportunities that you have. It's the treasures you've been able to collect. It's the interests that you can pursue. It's all the things that you can do, can enjoy and have, and the people, and it's so important to kind of rationalize what you prioritize. Yeah, Hannah says she has been much slimmer but wasn't as happy. Yeah. Michelle, I like being bigger to be able to fight off someone if they tried to grab my bag. That is a very good reason. We forget the most important thing about our bodies is to protect our organs and move us around. We just concentrate on the pretty and not the essential. Yes, that is so true. When I was smaller, I was unhealthy. Please know how much you're valued and loved. Thank you, Eileen. Japanese talk very openly about others' weight. You get measured at work and told off if your waist gets bigger. Goodness. Wow. I enjoy watching you, your luxury items, and your laughter. You have an amazing attitude, and I hope you stay on your channel forever. Thank you, Rosie. So far, it's looking that way. My mother-in-law worked in retail. She always blames the clothes and sizing for not fitting her body, never herself or her shape, and I have adopted this strategy. That is a great way of putting it, Karen. That's a great way of putting it. Elizabeth, my husband is overweight, but he's healthy, he's fit, and he's the kindest, most helpful man I have ever known. If people can't see beyond his weight, they aren't my kind of people. Exactly. Touche. Um, yeah. It's a very interesting thing. If I look at the people who I surround myself with in my life, they're all kind and ambitious and responsible and smart people. And when I say ambitious, they're just ambitious for their life and who they want to be. So, yeah, not that they're, crazy career successful. They all share those values. And yeah, we all come in different shapes and sizes. So I have trouble shopping all the time. I'm short and overweight. Nothing fits in size or length. The struggle is real. Erica, I feel you. And I have just learned that tailoring is my friend. Now I will buy things, and there's a video coming up on when I got scammed using my credit card overseas. I think that one's going to be released probably on tomorrow. And I purposefully bought something that I knew would be too big for me and got it tailored. And I think if I love something, I'm now prepared to, I'll buy it up a size and I'll have it taken up in length. Like I just accept that I will make more informed purchases. And that usually means I buy bigger and then I have it tailored. So my Fendi blazer, for example, I bought a men's size and then I had it tailored rather than buying a woman's size that I knew was just not going to work for me. Even if you present as the perfect person, someone will have something negative to say. Yep, that is true, Sharon. Tonya says, I love to work out, but not to be thin, to be strong and healthy. I weigh more than I ever have, but I feel better than ever. That is fabulous. That is great to hear. And last time I went on a real fitness kick, it was after I was unsuccessful on the however many attempt of IVF. And I needed to do something that could prove to me that I was strong because in my mind I wasn't. And it really, really helped. And the side effect was, yes, weight loss and toning and what have you, but that wasn't my only reason. Yeah. Sorry, there's heaps of comments coming through now. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You're being very lovely. Buy larger and get tailored. Yeah, so I think if we exercise the mind, then the body will get the benefits. I've totally had that experience. When I exercise for weight loss, it feels like punishment. And that's, not a really healthy mindset to go into an exercise regime with, is it? Maybe that person was just jealous of your amazing bags. It was a low blow, Sharon. Yeah, they're just like, well, you've got such nice bags. I'm just going to call you fat. Like, yeah, probably childhood playground kind of stuff. Camilla, that's a good point. Maybe we should stop saying the person said something mean, and that just feeds the heavy equals mean equals bad. She was actually just out of line to judge you, period. That is a really good point. Thank you for bringing that up. Hannah, another one to share perhaps. My mother did everything in her life to stay slim and smoked a lot, ended up passing away because of the cigarettes. Let's be happy with our lot. You are great, Dad. Thank you. God, that's a big lesson, isn't it, Hannah? And I know your mum was not alone in that. 9 months ago, I spoke about how my channel was dying. Yeah, look, my channel will never grow like other channels do, just because of my content, and I'm okay with that. That's why I was happy to have this conversation here today. At the moment, there are 124 people here talking about something incredibly personal and vulnerable, and I think that that's why I'm on YouTube, not because I want to be the biggest channel in the world. I'd love to grow more and I'd love to have more people here, but I also want the right kind of people here as well. And I feel like you're all the right kind of people. I'm just reading some comments, guys. Your content is what we actually want. Thank you. You have an excellent outlook on channel growth. Yeah, look, I'd be lying with you. I can honestly say all I want to do YouTube for is to connect with people about what I love, because it was a big hidden part of my life forever. Like, you just had to play small all the time because it made people uncomfortable for you to talk about how many dollars, not that you did, but if you bring a designer bag along, people go, oh, that's all you care about, you know? And no one ever said, oh, what are you doing? Like, what have you bought recently? Oh, and what made you decide on that? Like, there was no engagement at all. It was just kind of ignored, like the elephant in the room. And that's why I started doing YouTube, because I loved the fact that I could see channels where there was a real dialogue, and it energizes me so much. I think you can tell that. So thank you all for being here. We should always strive to have only kind words come from our mouths, Rosie. That's a really good point. You look forward to my videos. Thank you. Bagaholics Anonymous. Hey, we're not so anonymous. I actually think my channel description says, oh God, I've just lost like 50 people. Is there a connection problem, or it's just gotten boring? It's okay. It's okay. I won't cry. Okay. Bad connection. So I'm wondering, connection issues again. This is really annoying, isn't it? I'm so sorry. It's very annoying. Torna says, I don't even like Fendi, but I love your content because I like looking at new and interesting things with people who love them. Bella said, after all the group hugging, some went off vomiting. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yeah, it all got a bit too like sweet, didn't it? Yeah, we need to bring the dirty back for sure. For sure. Who knows? Who knows if it's a number of people? I don't know. But I feel like it is so good talking to you all anyway. I really I love these lives, and I feel like we need to have a topic for the live and not just, chat. But I mean, it's really up to you. They have been really well supported. So I thank you so much for that. I really enjoyed the constructive conversation that we've had today. I feel seen. I hope a lot of you feel seen, and I'm very, very grateful for the fact that everyone was so lovely and encouraging to each other. The fact I currently have 4 Fendi Peekaboos bookmarked and on watch is 100% your fault, Dale. Sorry, Nick, not sorry, not sorry. Yeah. How do I feel about that comment now? Look, I think it's feedback. It's how that person feels, whether it's true or not. I guess I get to decide that, don't I? And whilst I agree I would like to lose a few pounds, it doesn't affect the value that I place on myself as a person. So, and I think you've all been really helpful to provide insight and perspective on that kind of thing. So I super appreciate it. I really, really do. I'm just watching all the comments here. It's like I'm going cross-eyed. Just one more question. I know there's only a few people left here now, but one more question. Handbag hooks are sold out. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on whether or not I should restock them. I mean, it's not a money-making scheme. It's just something that kind of connects people to the channel. And they came about because I had a minimum order and I had leftovers, and that's why I did them on the eBay shop. So give me a thumbs up if you think, yeah, order more. Order more. Yeah, if you think that I should get some more. It might take a little while given the Christmas period, but yeah, I'd be happy to keep selling them on the eBay store if you're interested. Okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rosie. All right. Fabulous. I know the word, even in the UK. I don't know if you gave it to us or we gave it to you. Are you talking about rank as in when my husband described my handbags as rank? Candace. Order more. Okay. All right. Well, I will definitely restock the shop. But yes, I've got to film some content for Grinchmas today. How many calories has one hook? Oh God, you're funny, Bella. I love it. I'm going to stop trying to close out and then going back into conversations, but I do love talking to you all. I appreciate how constructive you've all been, how kind you've been, how supportive you've been to not only me, but each other. And I look forward to seeing you back here again, maybe next weekend. Have a great night. Have a great day here if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. And I'll catch you around next time. Bye.